G'day guys, this is Captainoob and this is the VSS. Now this weapon is from the same mod that I did looking at the ASVL, and it's gone through an update through making this video, so we're going to go ahead and see the new stuff for it. So getting into the receivers here, we can go all the way up to advanced, which gives us roughly about the same damage, but this thing, instead of being automatic, is semi-automatic. So we'll go ahead and chuck a stock on that. Now let's see, we've got a cheek one for better sight accuracy, fine, whatever, chuck that on. For magazines, obviously the extended quick eject is going to be the most superior one, and with the new update you get a ton more sights with it, which is nice. Let's chuck the ACOG on because it's a western sight on an eastern weapon. It does make a lot of sense, but I like the ACOGs anyway. So this time, instead of taking the attachment handrail, we'll attach the handguard to it. And what that'll allow us to do is put the bipod on, which is now actually a bipod instead of a tripod. Brilliant. So you could also chuck a flashlight on it, why not? And there's a laser sight here, might as well chuck that on. Not going to be doing a lot of good with it, but whatever. And of course the damage slider still remains here, and a legendary effect for your legendary weaponly pleasure. Let's just get into it. Here we are in Gunner's Plaza, let's get started. So, as you can tell, this thing's going to have a whole slew of custom animations for it, just like the ASVL, but instead of the automatic platform it usually fires on, we'll be firing from a semi-automatic platform, which as you can tell is very powerful despite not shooting very fast at all. Now, when I get to shooting this thing nice and fast, as I will early on, you can actually see this thing it behaves kind of weirdly because it's almost got like a burst fire type property to it, in the fact that sometimes it'll do like a full 3-round burst and then with a little bit of a pause in between. So I'm not sure what the mod is going for there. Maybe the IRL VSS does fire in burst, but I know very little about this weapon, so I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and snipe this gunner down there with our good old ACOG scope. So it's got a see-through scope property on there, so it's not very constrictive, which is really good. I don't think this should be too hard to implement in the regular game, really. Just got to sort of get rid of the scope little screen, the fade in and whatever, and just make the FOV multiplier just go all the way up. I think that should just about do it, really. And then all you need to do is just alter the texture for the reflex sight to be, you know, the reticule for this, and I think that's your golden, you're good. But this weapon is obviously a really good snipe weapon, as it would be, and since it fires semi-auto, we can go ahead and use the sniper perk with this thing. But obviously these gunners are a little bit too squishy for me to demonstrate on that because we are too sneaky. But it'll come into play later on, but for now we'll just keep on sneaking up on these gunners and taking them out without any fuss at all. Getting quite a bit of XP out of this. Gunner's Plaza is definitely a really good spot for XP farming if you feel like doing that sort of thing. Kill that gunner, and that one too, and as soon as you're outside of anything that would obstruct your view and my aim would actually get good, we'll kill you. There we go, and knock your head off, mate. Then we'll head up here. So the bipod on this doesn't really do a lot. I think it's a main for aesthetics. Obviously you can't go prone in this game or lay your weapon down on anything at all, so it's not going to be doing anything game changing, but it's cool to have there, I suppose. And again, there's the flashlight. A little bit tunnel visionally compared to the Pip-Boy light, but it serves its purpose well and it's nice and immersive if you like that sort of thing. Let's move on to some Swan now, and well, there's only one of them, but you get what I mean. Alrighty, so while these Rust Devils are again assaulting Swan, we'll take them out, and then we'll take out Swan, so let's just go ahead and snipe them away there. Getting lots of damage with this thing, being nice and sneaky. Again, like the ASVL, this thing is incredibly quiet when compared to like standard you know, vanilla weapons. Like even the assault rifle, you think that's pretty quiet, but this thing is even more. And yeah, I forgot to mention the weapon, the ammo type of this weapon is actually 9x39 now, which is really good. Okay, now we're in caution, I mean danger, so now it's go time. We'll just head back into caution there. and try to fend off any further attacks. But as you can tell there, we're getting massive sneak attack criticals there, not even pulling any VATS crits there, so we're absolutely destroying him. And there we go. As you can tell, when I'm spamming the shit out of mouse button 1, this thing sort of fires in bursts if you can time it right. Again, I'm not sure if this weapon is burst fire in real life, but you know, it's a cool thing to have anyway. You don't have a lot of weapons behaving quite like that, so it's nice to have. There goes Swan. That's an easy kill for the VSS, so let's go and move on to something else. Sorry, that new Creation Club mod for Skyrim came out yesterday or whatever, and yeah, it's like a survival mode, and it can only be summed up in a few words.
Well, I'm on the way, the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm.
Anyway, let's just move on to killing this Deathclaw. So, let's see if we can get a good attack on him here. I know it's not the middle of the night. We should be able to get some pretty good sneak attack crits on him. Using our scope here, we can hit him from quite a good distance out, so that's good. And before he attacks us, hopefully we can jump up on these rocks. We're in danger. Doesn't matter. Stealth doesn't quite work properly or well in daylight as you'd expect, as you're a lot easier to spot. But we'll take out these Deathclaw minions with our pseudo burst firing weapon, and that'll push us to the next level, which will do nothing because this character already has the perks. But it's a free health regen, I suppose. So there you go. Test this thing in VATS while we've got him here. As you can tell there, even though we've got a 4x scope on it, this thing is actually extremely generous in VATS. That is probably because it is in the semi-auto fashion, so you sort of need to have those extra shots to deal that extra damage, so that makes sense. And we totally missed the swipe, but we got picked up, so we'll go straight into VATS to prevent being picked up by these dudes, and we'll go ahead and crit them with VATS. Probably go to mutation station once shooting more, and yep, he went mutated. Quickly run away, run away, run away. That's better. Some tactical ghoulish healing, just a little bit, and we'll take out this one. Since you're incompetent enough to stand still, we'll make sure you pay with your life for it. And those rads can actually be shrugged off with the sunlight. Thank you, solar powered, so we're free to stand here even longer if we feel like to get even more, have a health regen. This is perfectly safe, by the way. I recommend you standing near radiation in real life to make your health come back. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and crit him. New mag in. Another crit please. Might as well just crit spamming. Wow, he messed up that claw. What were you even thinking, Deathclaw? I think he decided to sort of back off mid-claw. His AI decided, oh no, we can't reach him there. But this one can. Okay, now we're full up on rads. We've been staying there for a little bit too long, so we're a little bit cooked on the radiation side. And don't worry, the DNA deformities, they wear off over time. Or if you're a soul survivor, there are no DNA deformities. Okay, those are some nasty headbutts there, but since he's decided to launch over us, we'll just go ahead and hit him in VATS some more. Might as well go ahead and crit spam this like we can, because yeah, this thing seemed to get crits back nice and easily too. That might just be good RNG with the 4-leaf clover perk though. Although I'm pretty sure one more decent claw in me will probably kill me, so hopefully we can finish this dude off or get good timing with VATS. Okay, I did not need for that to happen. And the mysterious stranger doesn't even do anything, so let's just back off a little bit here, try to break up his pathing, get a little bit of distance on him. And wow, is he stuck? I think he's stuck. So let's just go back in the third person so we can actually burst fire this thing. Got the reload in. Only got 20 bullets in the mag, which is kind of sucky, but the thing does a lot of damage, so you know, you're not probably going to be running out of ammo shooting at any one enemy that you'd find in the vanilla game anyway, so probably nothing to complain about there. But there you have it. That kills a giant Deathclaw who is very more perceptive than Swan, nice and easily, so good on it for doing that. We'll move on to one more monster. Alright, so the last monster we'll kill is this Turbo Mirelurk over here. So let's just quickly crouch in and see how fast we can do him in. So getting in that cool burst fire trick that this weapon suddenly has. we'll be able to kill this Deathclaw quick smart. So we've already knackered half of his health, which is good. But now we are in actual fighting and he's seen us, so we'll just stick on his face and just keep on critting him if we can. Now might slow our shots down a bit, but we've got a bunch of shots and VATS anyway, and VATS defense will protect us against his monstrously sized claws. Oh, he's a big fella, isn't he? You never get a sense of how big they are. He takes up a lot of screen space. You wouldn't want to be an actor alongside this guy. Alrighty, so now we just wait for another crit and another one. Thank you for Leaf Clover. Now, there's only so many bullets you can possibly lodge in a giant crab's face before you can possibly just drop dead. But there you have it. That was a full VATS run on him, and we did pretty well. So we're going to jump in the water here just because we can. And it confuses AI quite a bit because enemies can't attack in water. So we'll just regen all of our action points, or some of them, and take out some of these other miscreants who want to attack us. Alright, we're still in danger, but for some reason his thing isn't showing up. Is that him? No, it's just a Milet Queen I took out before. Fading out of danger. Wow, looks like he might have run off somewhere and cowered, because for some reason AI like to do that when they realize they've got no chance of reaching you, so that's what happens. Ah, there he is. So, oh, okay, he's just disappeared. Nope, there he is. So we'll just hit him with some VATS wall hacks. Sure, why not? Makes sense. And you can tell there that with the sneak attack criticals, this thing absolutely shreds. You know, this is testing it on monsters. It's making a dint on them. Yeah, I think that goes to show this thing is going to absolutely destroy everything that the vanilla game can throw at you. You chuck yourself one of these weapons at the start of the game, you can use it through to the end, no worries. So let's just go on a dive and try and find out where he died. I don't know, he went off somewhere, but that is about it for the VSS. The 2.0 of the 9x39 project is now uploaded, so yeah, you can go ahead and grab this gun and it's all new and updated, and so is the ASVAL, but I've already covered that weapon, probably don't have to cover too much. But yeah, you can go ahead and experiment with this weapon, links will be in the description. Sorry PS4 users, this one isn't for you, but I'll have another PS4 compatible video coming out very soon. Thank you for watching, guys.